We're going to have Isaki Bayense here in the blue gi, and we're going to have Leandro Lo in the white. Leandro Lo looking intense over here, slapping himself in the face, his entire body, dancing his way to the center of the mat as Isaki Bayense. This is going to be electric. I like it. Now, Leandro Lo has 7 world titles to Isaki's 1, so keep that in mind. Isaki's going to be looking to add something to that board.
Man, there is something about the energy of a Leandro Lo match that just makes you smile. Isaki immediately meets him in the center of the ring. No time for Leandro Lo to put his arms out.
Wow. Look at that forward pressure, throwing it off.
There's certainly a difference in intensity.
Yes.
Right? Maybe it is the fact that Leandro Lo has 7 world titles. But here we go, Isaki Bayense right off the bat, taking the energy to Leandro Lo. A lot of intensity.
Now we are going to start with a really important pan grip. Isaki Bayense has this grip with his left hand on Leandro's left leg, and we know he's immediately going to be looking for Toriano.
Isaki Bayense also the possessor of a really deadly leg weave.
Look at that grip break, and back up is Leandro Lo. I like that Isaki's continuing to pressure towards the edge of the mat. Not necessarily like pushing him out, but he's just driving forward and attacking at the same time.
Yeah, the more you can put your opponent on their heels and they have to consistently be carrying your weight, even on the feet, it can be tiring.
Yeah, it's exhausting because you can get a penalty. Well, you can get a penalty for either, to be fair. You can get a penalty for going out of bounds too much, but you can also get a penalty for pushing your opponent out of bounds too much if it looks like you're just pushing aimlessly. So kind of subjectivity there with the referee's opinion. But now we have a big closed guard pull here from Leandro Lo. We're back in the center. Leandro, for a second, looked like he was looking for a pan grip with his left hand. Potentially go into like some flower sweeps and things like that we've seen him do before, but now controlling the sleeve, and Isaki is up, wasting no time.
Big power up from Isaki Bayense, very strong back. Leandro Lo always seems to be breathing heavy, Kendall, but he just...
But then I feel like it's meaningless because then he just comes back and flies through people's guard.
I've come to realize Leandro Lo is just taking deep breaths because he just wants more oxygen. It's not because he's tired. He just wants more oxygen than the average person.
His big lungs. Yeah, you can never like worry about Leandro Lo being tired. I feel like it just means nothing to me.
Yeah, the explosions from both of these competitors, a huge part of their game.
There we go, back to that pan grip on the left side is Leandro Lo with a nice cross grip on the collar.
See, Leandro Lo seems like he, in order to open his guard, he needs to make those 2 grips first, and it looks like he's favoring sort of a collar and sleeve motion.
Interesting wide stance here from Isaki. And it's interesting, these set downs from the standing position, like as soon as they go back to the down, they're kind of hard. Like, you have to be careful when you're putting people down in the closed guard to not get called for slams and stuff, but it's not actually Isaki going down his knees. I think it's Leandro pulling him back down quickly. And now, big attack here from Leandro Lo, in on the leg immediately.
Oh, very nice movement from Isaki Bayense. Oh, look at it, take the back!
Wow, Leandro Lo is looking for the back. Isaki starts to reverse the position, look for the back himself.
Oh my goodness!
And he has it.
Beautiful reversal from Leandro Lo to maintain guard position. Was not on his feet for 3 seconds, and he's underneath the leg on the side that he prefers.
Leandro Lo looking up to see if there was a score. No score on the board, but now Leandro is coming up to take top position, but Isaki's looking for the back at the same time.
Leandro Lo on top!
Wow, amazing job by Isaki Bayense to escape that really precarious position. Back up on the feet. We're gonna have 2 points here for Lo and an advantage awarded to Lo as well.
See, Leandro Lo seemed to slow down a little bit. Now he's going to bide his time. This is one of the things about Leandro Lo and the experience factor of being in these situations commonly for Leandro. He's been in the World Finals so many times, and he does such a great job maintaining a lead.
So we have the 2 points taken back from Leandro Lo, and instead it is changed to an advantage. I suppose the argument here is that he did not hold top position for 3 seconds. We'll probably see a replay of that. They are watching replays as they correct these calls.
Izaki Bayance once again putting the pressure on Leandro Lo.
Interesting posture here from Leandro Lo. You can see him kind of leaning. Well, now he's backing up. Before he was leaning all his weight on Izaki, kind of leaning into his toes. But it'd be dangerous for that reason exactly. If you're leaning into your toes, very easy to get snapped down, to go for these Morotes, to go for these Seonagis, drop Seo, drop Morote.
And Leandro's such an intelligent competitor. He allows himself to be pushed back. And he commonly fights around the edges of the mat. And it's very frustrating to go against. You're constantly getting iced, for lack of a better word. You're constantly having to reset in the middle, And the longer the match goes on, the longer it favors Leandro Lo. Up by 2 advantages. For Leandro Lo, that's a big lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting to see if Lo opts for a big pull again. He had a couple in the beginning here. And then a couple times Izaki was able to reset on the feet out of some dangerous positions. So it's definitely seeming to be Leandro's preferred goal here. But, you know, now they've been on the feet for about a minute without a pull. So he might be happy with this 2-advantage lead, not in a rush, kind of running the clock down a little bit, like you said, Jake.
And a thing to keep in mind is if the referee does stop them, like they're going to now, and reset them back in the middle, a penalty apiece, Leandro Lo's okay with that. Once again, score is tied on the penalties. But Leandro Lo is up by 2 points, or 2 advantage points rather, in the actual scoring, the positive points, if you will.
Yeah, the first penalty is pretty minuscule. Once we get into the second and the third, the second penalty awards an advantage to your partner. The third penalty awards 2 points to your partner, and as we know, the fourth penalty is a DQ. So Izaki again with this intensity of moving forward, shooting in, moving forward, trying to put pressure on Leandro Lo. Leandro Lo keeping his feet in the yellow almost, staying right on the edge.
And you know, they're both athletes known for their explosiveness, but I would say that they're, and Leandro Lo in on a double! There's a difference in explosive power. Leandro Lo says, I can explode too!
Perfect double leg here from Leandro Lo. Absolutely textbook, straight into the closed guard of Izaki Bayance.
Almost visibly happy is Leandro Lo as Hibamar over here on the side that we're on. Gets excited in turn, little over the halfway point of this.
Yeah, we still have 4:45 left on the clock, although there is a lot of cheering going on in this crowd here, regardless. Now we're going to get to see some closed guard from Izaki. We've seen him on top so far, so now we know Izaki has an incredible closed guard. We're going to see him get to work.
Now Leandro Lo not only using one of his signature techniques, just a snap-up double leg, but also in a position that's really good for him. He's very, very dynamic and successful guard passer. Knee cuts, underhooks. As soon as Leandro Lo gets an underhook.
Yep. Yeah, big long step passing, but that was interesting. He almost went to like a Toriano style, and Izaki immediately up to his feet. He wanted nothing to do with that. We know Izaki feels really comfortable on his feet, even after a big double leg like that. He wants to stand up. He wants to be here, potentially looking for a takedown of his own. We saw him shoot in a couple of times, right? So it's not out of the realm of possibility that he's hoping to shoot here.
Oh, Izaki looking for an arm drag. Leandro Lo sits his base back. Whenever Izaki initiates any sort of standing attack, Leandro Lo does a great job of sitting his hips back a little bit, just planting himself in the earth, not getting taken anywhere.
I do think we're going to see some more big attacks here from Izaki, whether it's a shot or a look at a throw. We've seen a lot of that so far, and right as I say that, pulls into the closed guard. Gonna reset right in the middle. Wow, beautiful job by our referee. That is a lot of body to be pulling. That was quick. All right, 3:30 left here.
Shout out to the referee's workout program.
Yeah, that was great. There's some big bodies here in the heavyweight division. Sorry, medium heavy. Interesting angle. Izaki's coming. Yep, I was going to say, can attack that right arm. But Leandro, very, very smart. Pulls his right elbow in so deep that now there's no threat on the arm, really. But Izaki has both feet on the hips here and can create a lot of movement with that.
Izaki Bayan's definitely more keen to open up here at the end, pulling out some of the new school lapel game.
Doesn't quite get the lapel through, but Leandro jumps back. Izaki able to come back to the close guard again. 2:40 left. And again, as we know, even if he does sweep from here, he will still be down by an advantage. So he's going to take either a very significant score or more than one score to start to edge Leandro Lo out.
You know, and as Izaki's pulling out the lapel and seeking to wrap it around his legs, let's not forget Leandro Lo has had many matches with one of the biggest practitioners of lapel guard ever, Keenan Cornelius, and has always seemed to have an answer for the intricate lapel stuff that Keenan Cornelius would throw. And Leandro Lo digging that low underhook, it looked like, but Izaki Bayan's looking like he's going to come up here.
Big rotation from Izaki Bayan, showing his explosiveness, his power, in what normally is an immediate passing position for Leandro Lo, turns into an almost scoring position for Izaki as he's able to come up. Not quite able to come up, but still back in a very nice guard here with his right foot on the hip, keeping Leandro Lo at bay. That right foot on the hip is going to prevent the knee cut. Pay
attention to the right grip on the sleeve of Leandro Lo. If Izaki is unable to get up on his elbow, as he might be able to now that he's let go, the right arm is going to pay a lot. You see how he's getting up on his elbow to get up for a possible single leg. Leandro Lo doing everything he can to keep his hips heavy.
Now he has the lapel wrapped around the leg, but now loses it, and Leandro in an amazing
the head.
Smash pass position here.
The crowd knows what this means.
Yeah, look at the grip of Leandro's right arm. His elbow is anchored into Izaki's hip. Really locking down Izaki's spine. It makes it very hard for Izaki to turn on his side at all, to create any kind of frame to recover. So with this underhook, this palm-to-palm connection, this is where we see Leandro Lo finish in the mount or side control almost every single time once he has that.
Now as the time winds down, Leandro Lo looks at the score, looks at the crowd, wipes his face. He's 45 seconds away from capturing his 8th world title. And Izaki Bayan's being down by 2 advantages as well. It's just such a big pit to climb out of.
Yeah, even with a sweep. Yeah, so it's nice here. Leandro Lo, obviously, he can start to move to the mount. He could go back to a knee cut, but he really doesn't have to do much with 20 seconds left on the clock. He has a very strong 2-point and advantage lead. Content with keeping this underhook, keeping his hands locked together, staying nice and tight, and only 10 seconds left between him and his 8th world title. You hear his team going crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Leandro Lo Show. 2022 IBJJF World Champion and his 8th world title. Leandro Lo, aging like a fine wine.
Nice dance moves here with the celebration. Big support for him here, as always. What a legend. 8 world titles. Very short list.
Little halfway dance, doesn't want to get penalized.
Leandro Lo is your medium heavyweight black belt adult male world champion. Big celebration here for this legend. And after this celebration, which is going to be a big one, we're going to see some replays, some big dance moves here from Leandro Lo.
You know what? Leandro Lo has fans don't even do jiu-jitsu. My mom just texted me, "Good for Lo." Good for Lo indeed, Mom.
Yeah, what a tactical start and a dominant finish from Leandro Lo.